Hey, it's your pal Mike Squires, and this is Couch's Podcast episode number 214. I'm my guest, Dick Rossetti. Now, Dick Rossetti, it pains me to report that Dick Rossetti is one of Seattle's most underappreciated, undercelebrated, and underrated musicians, maybe of all time. But, as Dick will probably tell you himself, life, life isn't really fair. We get right into that. Early, I ask him about aspirations, and he doesn't have any illusions about making it anymore. And there is a lot of freedom in that. There's a lot of freedom in not worrying about whether you're going to make a career in music and just making music for your own enjoyment, amusement, and pleasure. But as it turns out, I fucking love Dick Rossetti's music, and he's been in a number of bands. I think we catalog all of them here. And they're all dynamite musical acts. Currently, he is fronting Ball Bag. Ball Bag has a new album called Bear vs. Otter. You can order it. You know what? The best way, he doesn't have it on Bandcamp or any of those places. The best way to do it is just get a hold of him through social media. And he'll just get your address and you can PayPal him and he'll send you the record. All of his records are great. Direct. No, not a lot of fuss. There's not a lot of fancy embellishments in his music. It's he's giving you the goods straight down the middle. He's giving it to you. So I encourage you very, very much so to go and check that out. I also, if Dick is listening to the episode, every time I talk to him, I encourage him to post his entire musical catalog up onto streaming. He's removed his old music, which is it's crazy. It's crazy. Anyway, we had a real chuck. We had a real good time. I hope you enjoy this conversation because I loved it. Dick was one of the earliest guests on Couch Riffs in the old original format, where people came to my Brooklyn apartment and sat on the couch and had a short conversation with me. So it was a pleasure to have him on a proper podcast conversation. And also, he's playing drums in an upcoming Couch Riffs video, which will be very exciting. It will be somewhat of a reunion of our ill-fated band, which was called the Temple Garments. So look out for that. Also, we get into it. Ballbag's looking for a drummer. So if you guys know any drummers in Seattle, hit up Dick because they're killer. They're fun. You're not gonna find a band that's more fun to be in, except for maybe the Chasers. And that's it. All right. Hope you enjoy. I want to thank a few people. I want to thank a couple people. I want to thank Variety Coffee Roasters, varietycoffeeroasters.com, at Variety Coffee on the socials. Go check out their subscription service. It's really easy. You never run out of coffee. You go there, click a couple buttons. They'll ask you how often you want your coffee. How do you make your coffee? What kind of coffee do you like? Yada, yada. Boom. It just shows up automatically. Every week, every 2 weeks, every month, whatever you prefer. It's dynamite. I drink Variety Coffee every single morning. So I don't know what higher recommendation I can give you than that. I love them. I also absolutely love to visit Variety. They have a number of cafes in Brooklyn and in the city. Go check them out. They're lovely folks. And when I have the privilege and honor of stopping by the office, we always have a good chuck. We have a good, nice little roundup, little dust up. It's fun. Go check it out. Drink it. Enjoy it. Wake up and talk. Now, also, thank you, Variety Coffee Roasters. We love you. Thank you to River City Guitars in Spokane, Washington. River City Guitars, also close dear friends. They recently sold one of the Marvin CN90 guitars. This is a place that if you are looking, they have their guitars back up on Reverb. Go check out their store. They've got a bunch of killer stuff, including some cool rare hammers. I know I mentioned a couple episodes ago that there was an instrument up there. Thankfully, it sold, and I don't have to dream about this thing anymore. It was this very strange hammer bass, violin bass. So sick. Thank you for selling it. Thank you for getting that thing out of my dreams. I'm still thinking about it though. I may have someone build me one. So if you have, go check out their guitars. But if you have a rare collection, amps, something cool, boutique-y, every day is a buying day over there at River City Guitars. Okay, check them out. sales.rivercityguitars@gmail.com, or get a hold of them through social. They're going to take very good care of you. And, I've gotten a number of guitars, including my Steve Stevens Hamer back there. A lot of Hamers come through there. Love it. We're going to get into the episode. Don't forget the golden rule. Treat people the way you want to be treated. And just try to not be a fucking asshole. We're smiling and laughing.
We're having a good time already.
We're having a good chuck.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Off camera, Chuck.
We're on camera now.
I believe
this is live.
We are. Seriously.
This is showbiz, Dick.
Is this part of the entertainment game that I talk about?
This is entertainment.
Yes. Is this what I have to do?
To entertain?
Because, to make it. This is what I'll do. If this is part of it.
Oh, yeah. No, we're making it right now. We're making it.
Cool. So awesome. I'm glad to hear. I'm all right. How are you?
I'm good, man.
Yeah?
I thought that you had already been a guest on the podcast when in fact you had been a guest on the original format, but it never was translated to an audio podcast.
So this is my first. I was on the actual couch, wasn't I?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a first. This is a first.
I thought that you were going to be the monumental first repeat guest.
But I'm not.
No, fuck it. Maybe we'll have you on 2 weeks in a row.
Well, maybe it can be a three-peat.
Three-peat. It'll be just like an unbreakable record.
A two-peat. Yeah. Why not, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure you've had weaker guests on.
No, it'll be the crowning achievement of my podcast.
Yeah. Well, if this
I'll just throw myself off a bridge after the third one.
If this goes so good, then I will await the invite back to the this. I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Yeah, go ahead. Keep waiting.
So do I get another commemorative thing after being on this one too, like I did last time?
Well, so far there, you get one for the performance. You get a certificate for the performance. Yeah, as you recall. I'm kind of honestly, I'm a little shocked that I don't see it framed and hanging behind you.
Well, I'm in the jam room. We don't keep anything of merit down here.
Oh,
well, I don't keep the good stuff.
There, right?
Come on, I don't keep the good shit up here.
You keep that in your trophy room?
Yeah, it's upstairs where when we entertain, people can take a look at it. It's gonna get more traction upstairs.
More oohs and ahs.
Yeah, exactly.
I need you to be cool, man. More oohs and ahs.
Yeah.
That was great, though. You came on. You came over to the apartment in Brooklyn, and we did "Stroke Me," which is you learned during that episode a music industry song.
Yeah.
Did you research it afterwards?
Oh, I knew all about it, but yeah, I was still thrilled to do it, as anybody would be to be invited onto the couch. It's kind of like when Carson used to wave people over, You had to be pretty big stuff.
Totally the same. Yeah, totally the
Yeah,
same.
you gotta really really sell it.
Dick, this is a double whammy timely episode and guest spot for you because you're a multi-instrumentalist, band leader,
Uh-huh.
a
Uh-huh.
fine drummer,
Uh,
and in April, we're cruising into Drummer Awareness Month here
I heard tell
at
of
Couch.
that.
Yeah. So
Okay.
Drummer Awareness Month, it makes good sense for you because you need a drummer.
I do need a drummer. It's a very upsetting thing for me. I don't want to get too triggered, but you
No,
mentioned
you don't
drummer
wanna-
and I get very upset.
Let's jump right into it because you have you got a new record, and then we'll go backwards and we'll talk about some of your history in the movie and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, we have a new record right here.
I love that. This is just like Carson or Letterman, where you
This
show the album.
yeah. I don't have a CD long box though.
Right.
But that's the record that just came out, and now we don't have a drummer.
Right. That's happened to
So
me
it's-
before, but it was a band. It was the whole band.
Oh. Yeah, it's a tough nut.
Your drummer retired.
He's retiring. Yeah, the guy's pushing. I gotta, it's not even something I can really get angry about because the guy's turning 73,
Sure.
and
You had
and
a
he has-
72-year-old drummer.
yeah, and it's like a guy that goes that long, he's pretty much gone to the top of Rock Mountain, and he didn't get shitty. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, the energy was the same for the last 10 years we've been playing together. I pulled him out of mothballs when he was 62.
Is that right?
Yeah, he'd sat on his couch for 20 years and not played.
He didn't play.
No, he didn't play for
How
20
did-
years. The
how did
90s
you
weren't
meet
good
him?
to this guy. I met him. I met him. We worked jumping in dumpsters together and mowing lawns back in the 80s.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Newport Hills townhomes in Bellevue.
Really?
Yeah. We jumped dumpsters together. Yeah. Hated his fucking guts. He was an asshole.
And then he joined the band, and you were his boss, and the dynamic shifted.
Yeah, it kind of changed, but he'd mellowed out a little bit. He'd mellowed out. I mean, he was a supersonic prick back then, but he turned into an okay guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, in the 80s, how old was he then? I mean,
He's in his, what,
If
30s?
right.
He's in his 30s, yeah. The
He
80s
shouldn't
were
have
good
been
to
a
him.
prick.
Yeah,
The
I know he
80s
shouldn't
were,
have been.
the 90s
The 80s were
weren't.
good. The 90s and the early aughts weren't.
Did you know he was a
But-
drummer then?
Oh, yeah. I used to roadie for his bands.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so this was a real dynamic shift.
Oh, it was a real dynamic, yeah. It's a real dynamic. But he's more than made up for it. He's played great. I mean, he has played great.
But now you got no drummer.
No, we don't have a drummer. But
Can you
we're trying
regale
a
me
guy
with
out-
some stories about?
of what?
Have you
Stories of-
tried people out yet?
We tried one guy out, and he was a very, very nice guy, but he hit a little soft.
Yeah.
And then we're having somebody come over tomorrow, which I don't hold my breath for any of this stuff. And then somebody turned me on to what they sold me as a dyke punk drummer, and I'm looking forward to her coming over.
Yeah.
Yeah. So instead of Rad Dyke Plumber, it can be Rad Dyke Drummer.
I love that. For people who are not from Seattle, Rad Dyke Drummer was a plumber that advertised in the
Stranger.
The Stranger,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
it was just like a gal who was a plumber, a Rad Dyke plumber, and you could hire her to come over, and she,
Yeah.
it
So
became
hopefully
part
I'll
of the language
Milieu.
in Seattle.
the milieu of Seattle.
Yes.
So
what,
hopefully
did you graduate school?
we might have a rad dyke drummer. I guess we'll
That
see.
would be
I don't
hot.
hold my breath for any of this shit. You know what it's like.
Does she know the name of the band?
She's seen us. Yeah, we played a
rad.
show.
Oh, cool.
She plays in this country band called Lavender Country. Who's this gay guy? He's like 76 now, and he put out the first gay country album in 1974 or some shit.
Wow.
His name's Patrick Haggerty. He lives across the pond there in Bremerton. But he's got this big comeback now. He's playing South by Southwest, and he's got all these write-ups in the New York Times. So she's playing.
Really?
She's been playing with his band, yeah. But he's going to be like this next big star. Like 76, he's finally going to get his due.
Wow. Is that encouraging?
To me, no.
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 I don't plan on living.
I mean, good for him, right? They fuck. You know what I mean, man? It's just like, every day it's like, fuck, man. Because the thing is, it's like, as it goes back to this drummer thing, it's like, who the fuck am I going to find, right? It's like every drummer now is a technician, and it's like music is so competitive now. It's just like, everybody gets to touch the ball in a band now. So, just finding a guy just go, it's a dead art. It's like a newspaper or something,
Could you find a kid and teach him?
I'm looking for a kid, but these kids want. I thought about the kid things, but see, I'm getting triggered. I'm getting very upset already. The kids, they want to do all the. You've seen the TikTok stuff, right? With the kid, I mean, they're amazing.
Yeah,
they're fucking, but they're all and it's great. But then it's like, we had a kid, a friend. He's a kid. He's like 30 something. He came and he played a gig with us. Nice kid, a good friend of mine. And like our songs are short. They're like 1:45 tops, right? And he came down, and 2 times in the same day, he's like, these songs are boring. It's like these songs, he goes, talk about boring. I've been playing your songs all afternoon. It's just like, they're too short to be boring. They're as long as a commercial on the radio or on TV, they're fucking short. And it's like, if you're going to get that bored just playing a beat, then I don't know. We're going to get a drum machine. That's probably what's going to end up.
I mean, you're a killer drummer.
I know, but it's so hard. Singing and drumming sucks. It just sucks.
It's kind of like you could get a headset and do that thing.
Yeah, I did. The last time I did that, I had the headset, and I duct taped it to my head, and it was the little drive-through. Can I place your order? And I would just, which I don't mind, but it got to the point where it's so bad that I wanted to do the drums so unwantingly that my kit now, if I sing and drum, is an 18-inch floor tom, a snare, and a ride cymbal hooked onto the bass drum and a hi-hat, so I don't have to carry shit to the gig. You know what I mean? I can carry anything in 2 fucking hands. There's no toms, there's 1 cymbal, there's nothing. Well, it has to be there. It's just like, I'm just a drummer because I fucking have to be. I don't want to be here doing this. And the least amount of shit I can bring. It's like if you're playing guitar and you brought the littlest 15-watt like Fender practice amp, right? This is how into fucking playing guitar at this show I am. I'm bringing this amp. I don't care. That's the way it is for drumming.
It's really annoying, that whole thing. It's not very rock and roll.
What, drummers singing?
At least, no. Small combo amps. Yeah. At least bring a 50-watt combo. Fuck.
Yeah.
Come
I
on.
know. But I'm just saying. Yeah. But
Good fucking Lord.
Unless
you're playing a coffee. That's not a coffee shop, it's a rock club.
Exactly. And it's like, you can kind of tell about.
Go ahead, sorry.
I was going to say, you can kind of tell about the attitude if somebody's wearing an orthotic now. You know what I mean? It's like, that's their commitment to rock, is like, if you have orthotics and, it's like, yeah, we're going to go fucking do this. We're going to carve this bird, and I'm going to be comfortable standing up.
I got to say, you are one of my favorite stage performers.
Thank you.
It's been
I
a
appreciate
minute.
that.
It's been a minute.
Yeah.
But the last time I saw you, you still had the high kicks.
Yeah. I still
And
have them.
you
Yeah.
still got them?
Yep.
How do you stay nimble? Do you stretch?
No, I'm
Or is it
just
just the
taken by raw.
adrenaline of the show?
It's just the adrenaline of a playing to a crowd that's, got 10, 12, 14, 15 people out there wanting to see you do your best. I mean, they take me. They take me.
Yeah.
I forget who I am on stage, in those numbers.
Well, it can be overwhelming.
Yeah, you know how it is.
It's very emotional, transcendent.
I'm
It's the
moderately
transformative
interested.
power, transformative power of rock.
Yeah. What used to be. What used to
Right.
be.
I swear, when you were drumming in the band,
Yeah.
I mean, I say the band because I
Yeah.
just call whatever band you have the band, but
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess this is a two-part
band.
question. How many bands have you led? Because even when you're drumming, you're leading. And what was the gag? You had a gag. You had a microphone tech that would dance while he wasn't moving the microphone stand, swinging the mic boom over for you to sing. Was that just one show?
I remember that. I think I remember that. That was one show. That was a good idea.
It was fucking genius.
That was
so
a long
good.
time ago. That was a while ago.
Oh yeah, it was like 2000 probably.
Fuck,
maybe
that is a
2001.
good fucking idea. Yeah, we're gonna have to
Just
do that
like-
again. Yeah.
I
remember.
You have someone. It's like dance. It's like the hype man, and then he just like swings the boom over for you to sing.
Yeah.
Swings it out of your way so you can rock, and he goes back to boogieing and playing the tambourine or whatever.
That was brilliant. I got to do that again.
Genius.
Thank you for reminding me. I'd forgotten all about it.
Idea man. Dick
He was
Rossetti.
like a server. He's my server.
Yeah.
He served me. Within the confines of onstage rock, he served.
Right.
Yeah.
That
is a great fucking idea. That is a great idea.
It was a good gag.
Yeah.
It was good show business. It was good show
Well,
biz.
thank you. Yeah. That's going to get me up in the entertainment game. That's going to do it.
How many bands have you been in? Let's go through them.
How far do you want to go?
You don't have to count bands that never performed in front of people, because we've all been in those bands.
So Tippy doesn't count. Tippy doesn't count.
Tippy doesn't count, and I suppose that Temple Garments don't count, because although we had 8 songs,
they're making a comeback. They're making a comeback.
It's true.
From what I hear,
songs we never performed.
No, I still have the picture though of the practice. Do you have that?
Somewhere on my phone. It's a good band photo.
I'll forward you that.
That's a good band photo.
Yeah, it's a good band. It was a good 2-week band.
Solid. Solid.
Marquee names.
So
them.
so we'll leave those 2 off.
Yeah. So no Tippy and no Temple Garments.
Yeah.
You want to start with the Gallant?
The TGs.
Yeah. You want to start with the Gallant?
Yeah.
The Gallant was a high school band. We played at the fairgrounds in Kennewick.
Your high school band was called the Gallant. Is that what you said?
The Gallant.
What kind of word is that? Is that French? You guys were you guys new romantic?
No, it was a rock band, but the guy who was the singer was a total tool, and he was obsessed with Jimmy Page, and he was just out of high school, and he'd pat his crotch and all this shit. He kind of looked like Brian May, but he worshipped Jimmy Page, so he's into all this mystical Iliad.
Would he
and
really
Odyssey
pack
bullshit.
his pants?
Oh yeah. I should send you pictures of this. You should pop them in. There's a picture where we're doing a photo shoot on like a bar, and he's sitting so hard his package is going out like this. He's just going down on this bar with all his might.
Side pipe.
It's fucking brilliant. Yeah. So there was that. And then there was, I did a Canadian tour with Clockwork with a K. up in cover band, and then I moved to Seattle, and then had the Squirt band.
Squirt was your first Seattle band.
Yeah.
It was a good band.
Yeah, it was a really good band, great band. God
was that
bless
the first
Electric
band
V.V.
that
Rourke.
you fronted?
Yeah, it was. That was when I played bass. I said, I don't. This hatred for the drums goes way back, you know.
Did you
So
play
it's like
drums in your high school band?
Yeah, I played drums then. Yeah.
In the
But then I'm
Gallant.
just like, in the Gallant. I was the original drummer for the Gallant.
Wow. You should put that on your card.
Fuck.
I have to assume
that
that the Dick Rossetti signature humor was not present in the Gallant.
No, that was pretty oppressed back then. You don't want a drummer being too funny, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the drummer, you know, kind of the way I feel now about him. Just the drummer. it's like I saw something. So I was watching some show around Super Bowl time, and they were talking to some coach like back in the '60s, and they said, you know, well, what do you do, you know, if you lose a great quarterback? And he says, quarterbacks are just like taxis. You just wait for the next one, or you just pick up the next one. And it's like the same thing with drummers, right? Just get the next guy.
Wow.
But it's a little harder. I could find a quarterback easier than find a fucking drummer.
I'll bet you could.
Yeah. So
maybe,
we had the Squirt band, and then we morphed into.
Maybe you could get Kaepernick to come drum.
He'd be in the right town here. People would love him here.
That would get you some great publicity.
It would. Maybe he could be the guy that moves my mic stand when I play. Celebrity mic stand.
My new stage name is going to be Neil Anthem. What do you think about that?
I like that. Very patriotic.
Yeah, Neil Anthem.
Yeah. Well, maybe next time you're out, you can be my mic stand guy.
I would be honored. I don't have the high kick moves, really, though.
You don't need them. You don't need them. You just be you. You just sell
I'll throw my back out.
Yeah.
I'll stand at attention.
Throw your back out.
I would. I'm like decrepit.
Ooh, my back.
Yeah, shoot. So the Squirt band, played a lot of gigs.
We played a lot of gigs.
Yeah.
That is my downfall, is probably playing too many fucking shows.
But that's where the joy is.
I know. How do you feel about that? About playing too much? Because I get accused of it a lot, and I understand it. But the thing is, here's the point. Here's the thing. It's like I'm not gonna make it. You know what I mean? So I don't really need to worry about my audience. So and I don't have a plan. So if you're gonna play, you might as well fucking play, because my whole thing is like the clock is fucking running, like on life. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And if you want to fucking play music, then get out and fucking play music. There's nothing worse than these guys too. These guys that are great musicians, but they'll never leave their basement. You know what I mean? Or their band will never play a show. They'll never put anything out. It's kind of fucking depressing. It's like you spend all these years doing it, and then it's just blob of shit in the end with nothing to show for it.
I mean, in the end, if you even are aware of what's happening around you when you die, I'm highly motivated by my imminent death, Dick.
Yeah.
Highly motivated.
As we all should be. We all should be.
Like, I'm not interested in dying on the couch. So, I fully support your hyperactive gig schedule. I think.
Good. Thank you. You're about the only one, but thank you.
Well, look, here's the fucking deal, man. It's if you there are two things you do, or three things, right? You write and record music, you perform live in front of people, and you make music videos.
Yeah.
Those are things that are right.
Yeah.
And why make a record and play once every 2 months? I mean, if you are a big famous band and you make a lot of money and everyone's got a bunch of heavy response, it's just like,
Yeah.
no, that's what the Red Hot Chili Peppers do.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I
And
would much rather play gigs.
And the thing is now, anybody our age-ish, it's like, you're not fucking, it's not going to happen. It's like, they'll be like, God, they got this great song. It's like, blah, blah, blah. It's like, have you looked at the charts? Have you looked at I mean, really, if you want to be on that scale, you know what I mean? You don't, it's like, you don't have a chance. Which is fine, but that's why you got to do your own shit and not worry about that. But there's still people that think like that, which blows me away, because right now, where we are now, fucking rock music, it's like people could give a shit about fucking rock bands. Hopefully it'll come around. Who knows?
The rock bands that they do care about they don't have AARP cards. Like, no one in the band has an AARP card unless they're playing at casinos.
Yeah, nobody's got an orthotic.
None of them have walk-in bathtubs.
No one's got a what's the thing that goes up and down the stairs?
Oh yeah, I don't know. Fucking ladder, fucking stair caddy, stair caddy, hydraulic lift. Yeah, no one's got a rascal. It's none of that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just don't fucking care.
I know. That's the way you got to be.
Right. But when was it that you sort of embraced that attitude?
I kind of embraced it early on, because one thing that stuck with me was, and I actually had this a long time. When I was in high school, there was this friend of mine. They had this band called Air Force, ERR, Force, Air Force.
EER?
And I watched, ERR, Air Force. And I watched these guys practice their nuts off, right? Great players, right? I remember they played in the high school gym. Can I guess what they sounded
like? Did they sound like Styx or something? Did they sound like...
They were Zeppelin
moderately...
worshipers. Zeppelin and Queen. Oh, okay. Zeppelin and Queen.
Everyone was.
But so what these guys would do is they would, back in the day, learn like the bootleg version of Whole Lotta Love at the Forum for badge holders only bootleg. That's like 20 minutes long, right? They would learn every lick of that fucking bootleg version of that song, right? So they go out, they play this high school gym. There's probably 20 people there. And this guy has worked forever getting these fucking licks down off this bootleg. And he thinks that, people are going to fucking know this. And it's going to be like, oh my God, this like watershed fucking moment. So he gets up there and he plays and he's doing this stuff and nobody cared. nobody cared. Right. And I remember thinking, there's got to be this fine line where you're really good and you're serious about it, but being realistic about it. That's why I think like when I go out and I'll play these gigs, it's just like, well, what did you expect anyway? You know what I mean? When you find people that do like your shit, it's great. But overall, society in general is not going to care. You know what I mean? It's not that big of a deal. But when you find those people, that's the thing. So I always kind of went into this thing where I guess it's like playing rock. I got this in my mind where I can play rock, but I don't get my feelings hurt by rock. My feelings aren't hurt by rock. You know what I mean? Playing in a rock band hasn't hurt my feelings. It's hurt a lot of people's feelings. You know what I mean? But it hasn't hurt mine.
Right.
It's like, God, I worked forever on that thing. And then, the fucking Jeff said he went to the bar to get a fucking beer. And it's like, I've been practicing that thing forever and he missed it, it's just like my feelings haven't been hurt by rock. So I've been able to keep doing it, I guess, if that makes sense.
That's showbiz.
Yeah, that is showbiz. That's showbiz. Expect nothing.
Right. and like it.
Yeah.
When your expectation is realized.
Exactly.
So there's always this element of humor in your music and your songs, and even the name Squirt back in the early 90s. When did Squirt form? Was that 92?
We
Two?
formed we were 89 to 95.
Oh shit.
Yeah, 89 to 95.
That was a long-running band.
That
Long-running
was a long
outfit.
that that was Deep Purple numbers back then.
Right. Did you guys you were there for the grunge explosion.
We were. Yeah, we were.
Did you experience any of the label interest stuff? Did you submit demo tapes, and did you guys get a demo deal or anything weird like that?
Here's the closest we ever came.
Awesome.
Our good friends and best kissers in the world, Gerald and those guys, you know them.
Wonderful.
So they were
folks.
signed to MCA, and they had their A&R gal, and we set up this show at the Off Ramp, which is legendary club, and we couldn't have been any less prepared for it, because poor Vivi Rourke, right? The guy, he's got kids. He got off of work. He drove in the traffic. We're playing this show. He gets up there. She comes out. He busts a string. He's still in his work clothes. He busts a string. We power down so he can change his string. But at the end of the day, she took us up. She took us up to the Deluxe on Capitol Hill for milkshakes. So we got that.
You guys didn't even go to 13 Coins?
No. We just went to the Deluxe and had shakes. So yeah, it was
pretty good.
It was not good. Yeah, but that was the closest we came to the Flame, man. Closest we ever came.
But Gerald hooked that up for you.
We didn't even get touch. We didn't even burn ourselves. We didn't touch it. We didn't touch it. We saw the flame from a distance, but we never touched it.
That's pretty. Luckily we don't get close to the sun.
Yeah. Well, we didn't do that either.
Just being close to the light is life sustaining,
Yeah. We saw the light.
Gerald hooked that up for you.
Gerald hooked that up for me. Yeah.
He's a good man. He
is a good guy.
Yeah. He got me a job once.
At
CD Baby.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
And then he taught me everything he knew about customer service.
Yeah.
Which was
minuscule.
He wasn't a great mentor.
Yeah. Well, you remember you put all our Come Over albums up for free.
Yeah, man. Don't we probably shouldn't talk. Well, it's fine now. The statute of limitations. They can't fire me anymore.
One guy brought the company down, and it was you.
It was the
you killed him, man.
Just there was so much traffic, it crashed the server.
Yeah. Somebody knocked down the gate
again.
Yeah, somebody knocked the gates down to the free festival. Come Over got their stuff up for free. People reap the profits of $3.25. The spoils.
What was Come Over the second outfit? No, third.
Come Over was the second.
It was.
Yeah.
Then
again
Twink
with Vivi Rourke. After? Then Twink came after that. That's when Vivi Rourke. When Twink came around is when Vivi Rourke finally said to hell with it and moved out of the area. The guitar player. He just had enough.
He headed south for the sunshine.
Yeah, he went to
the desert.
That super hot place. Yeah, the desert. Yeah, the super hot place.
Palm Springs.
Up the hill where Graham Parsons died.
Yeah.
Joshua Tree.
Yeah. But he went before it was now it's pretty hip.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
A lot of showbiz happens there.
Yeah, he's like, and that's the thing I would tell this guy. It's like, the guy, the Queens of the Stone Age guys, right? They have all their shit around there, right? I'm like, why don't you just call those guys and just get into that scene? You could easily fit into that scene, right? And he never would do it. He could never sell himself like that. He would have been he would have fit perfectly. And he wouldn't do it.
He's a great player, and he's got the best stage name.
Electric Vivi Rourke.
Did you give him that name?
I did. Yeah, I did. I gave him that name.
How?
It's filthy, and I could never tell you that story because it's too filthy.
Is that right?
Well, it's kind of filthy.
Off camera. What
I can
about
tell you off
afterwards, off
camera.
camera? All right, I'll settle
I
for
mean,
that.
it's not super filthy.
What 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 keeps you motivated? Because
I,
you
I have no
you're an
idea.
unstoppable force of rock.
I don't know. I should stop, you know?
No. Why?
Well, yeah, I mean, I wrestle with that, you know? It's like, yeah. I just like doing it. You know what I mean? I like fucking making albums and holding them. You know what I mean? I like going
That's
in and recording. I like playing. I like to do it. You know? It's just weird.
that's
You know,
not a
you have
weird thing
that. You
to
know,
me.
it's,
I
yeah.
absolutely have that. At a certain
But see, in the
point, I
back,
did realize that I'm not like you in the sense that I can't write a whole album of songs and coach people through how I want them to be performed. And like, that's not in my skill set. So I started pimping
yeah,
myself out like Vivi should be doing down there
yeah,
or should have been
yeah.
doing.
Well, how does that work for you with not liking people to tell you what to do by your own words? How does that work?
Well, I don't like to be told what to do, but
So how does that work for that
well,
aforementioned
when you walk into
situation?
a music room and you're playing someone else's music and the songs are already written, it's, it's kind of a given. You know, the best way to curb that dynamic is to learn the song.
Which is a tall task for many.
And then they don't have to tell you, "Hey, that's not how it goes. It goes like this."
Mm,
If you do the work, you just have to be willing to do the work.
yeah, which is a tough thing.
Well, being a musician is a fucking fool's errand, right? It is a
Well, of course it is. It's the dumbest thing in the world.
no,
One of
it's
the
I think
dumbest.
that it's the most joyful thing in the world.
Without, but then again, it's like your personal reward or whatever. But I'm like those few people who make livings from it, you know, which a lot of people are like, that's the definition of success is money. Everything is money oriented.
Right.
Or is that not true? Is that true?
Well, I think I think we look at it like that because we have to fucking live indoors. I like to use the toilet, indoor toilet, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so to use the indoor toilet and it's inside of a structure that I also sleep in, uh you have to have money. So you either have to reckon and balance those things out where you're like, all right, well, I'll play music in my extra time.
Yeah.
Don't even get me started. We have this whole thing where it's like, I'll give you this many hours of my life every day, and you give me this much money, and you can value it however you want, and then I'll take that imaginary currency and live inside with it.
Yeah. Well, you
What
know,
the fuck?
that's a thing too. It's kind of like, you know, when people start with people that really like music and then they'll get like a job working in a music store and it'll ruin it for them, right? Because you have to push the shitty thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's kind of like the way it was for me in radio, where it's like I never lost my joy for music because the music I played on the radio I liked, but it wasn't the stuff that I absolutely loved. So it never got hurt. You know what I mean? I didn't have to
Did
hear it
you
every day.
did you like all of the music that you played on the radio though?
No, I didn't. I like maybe 10% of it.
Right. What
Yeah.
was your favorite? Because so for people who are listening who are not aware, um, Dick famously spent time as a radio DJ at KNDD, which was a, an important I
Powerhouse.
guess still around,
It was not
but in
anymore,
the
not anymore.
90s it was
Oh, it was
fucking
yeah.
crucial. It was
And it
like
was good. I mean, it
KNDD
was
and
good.
K Rock in LA. Those were
Yeah.
like the two stations, right?
Yeah.
The
Big
tastemaker
station.
stations.
Yep.
So w- things have changed a lot. There's so much that is programmed. There's always been someone with a title like programmer, right? But
Programmed, yeah. Oh, it's bad.
program
It's horrible
director.
now. It's horrible now.
Right.
Pretty
People
much
don't even push the
everybody's
play button,
piped.
right? It's
Well, everybody's piped in from other markets now. It's like I have not honestly listened to that station since I got canned a long time ago, and I went and looked at their website a couple of weeks ago, and it's these they're alternative rock DJs are these girls that are like piped in from LA that look like models, very hip,
right.
look like models, have no, which it was never, it got to the point so bad, like in the 2000s. I mean, it was never about the music anyway, right? But now it's just like gone to the point where it's just like, we don't give a fuck. And then you go to KZOK, the great classic rock channel here forever. It's the same shit. They've got their piped in guy from who's living in Illinois. And then they've got this guy
Really?
who's in Pebble Beach being their, boss jock in the afternoon and, all this kind of crap. So it's just like, there's no local, I mean, they have tried to kill it and they've done it. They have killed it, which is sad for people that still like to fucking listen to it.
How did you end up in radio?
I was in the Comb Over group, and we played a big show with some friends of yours, Harvey Danger. On it was February 14th, and it's when MTV was filming in town, when the kids were working at the station for The Real World. And then I played there, and Marco Collins was there, and he was absolutely off his tits on fucking whatever drugs he was on. And he's like, you got to come audition, for my station, and so then he forgot all about it. He totally forgot, but I just jumped on it, and I called him, and I called his boss. I was just relentless, right? Because I thought this might be a fucking way to do something cool, So I just worked and worked and worked on these guys for months, and they finally gave me a shot, starting at midnight on a weekend, and it was kind of just that from there. But I badger these fuckers so hard to get on.
and that's when the big bucks started rolling in, right?
No, the big bucks never rolled in. Even when I was doing the afternoon shift, which is the second greatest shift besides morning, the fucking no.
Yeah.
Let's just say I did a lot of personal appearances to make a little extra money.
Right.
I did a lot of I shook a lot of hands at Gene's Warehouse and Car Toys.
How corporate was it? And
it was corporate. It was corporate.
How did that work out for you?
Oh, I didn't like it, but I was just, what I liked the most about that job was just fucking with people on the phone. If I'm like totally honest, I love to fuck with people on the phone all fucking day and get paid for it. That was the best part.
You would also mispronounce people's names intentionally. It was great. I fucking I loved it. I thought it was the best.
Yeah.
Famous people that when you mispronounce their name, people cringe and they're, okay, granddad,
See, it's all come back. You got to fucking take it with a grain of salt, man. Everything.
What happened? You got fired twice?
I got fired twice, yeah. They got fired the first time because I was yeah, that was due to public demand, actually. See? And which is the first and last time in my life the public's ever demanded me, but yeah, they it's the truth. Come on. And yeah, but yeah, I got canned the first time because I think it was like I was 30 something. And they didn't want anybody that old on the station. Myself and this guy, Bill Reed, who was like older than me, we were gone because everything had to be about a kid, man. You had to act like a fucking, they would tell us, get in the mind of a 14-year-old kid riding a fucking, a Razor scooter. You got to be that guy. You got to be that kid. That's who you have to be. And it's like, we couldn't, we couldn't do it. We couldn't pull it off. I didn't,
even if I was a kid, I wouldn't ride a fucking Razor.
Well, I know, and the thing is, I didn't know fucking who Tony Hawk was. I had no fucking idea who this guy was.
I don't wear Velcro shoes. I lace my shoes up, okay?
Yeah. But suddenly it became all about skateboards and all this stuff, which is great. But I grew up. I grew up playing music. I'm a band guy. You know what I mean. I don't know anything about
You know
gaming
the
and
names of
playing.
every member of the Raspberries.
I do actually.
Right.
I do.
That's what I'm saying.
But that's more important to me. I mean, roller skating. I
It's all
mean,
the same shit.
snowboarding, whatever. It's great if you're
Yeah.
into it. It's great, but it's like that whole lifestyle thing. Why can't you just sell them some fucking music, man? But it's that whole lifestyle thing, which I think has killed so much music because it's a lifestyle thing. It's all I heard: a
Sure.
lifestyle and a demographic. See, you've triggered me. I'm triggered. This whole thing, I've just been triggered.
You're better off without it.
Yeah, we'll see.
When you went back, did you have a special attitude with you?
I did. I got on Lexapro. I started taking Lexapro, and I got to be honest, I didn't give a shit at all.
What is
It was,
Lexapro?
it's like it's for anxiety, right?
Okay.
Because when I worked there, my first stint I worked there, I was so miserable and happy and sad. It was just like, but when I went back the second time, I was on this Lexapro and I'd gotten this attitude, and I was just like, fuck everybody. I mean, fuck them. It's like, and I would go on and it would break format, which was great. I would play fucking good old Alice Cooper in the middle of the afternoon drive, which is just forbidden on a station like that. You know what I mean? You can't do that. You can't play the Sonics. You can't play Alice Cooper. You can't play Motorhead. You can't. And it's just, I was like, what are they going to do? Fire me? It's like, I don't give a shit anymore. Because once you get that attitude, I think things get a lot better. Because you don't care as much.
Until you don't have a job, I guess.
Yeah, until.
I mean, as long as you know there's an end of that timeline.
Scratch that.
As long as you know your time together is finite.
Yeah, but now I'm the king of downtown Renton, so I'm fine, man. I control downtown Renton. I'm good.
That's your territory. It's your turf.
It is my turf. It's my turf. It's my turf. Tough turf.
Someone still shit on your garage, though.
They did.
Who would turd on the king of downtown Renton's garage? It's so terrible.
I don't know. Maybe some punk skateboarder.
You recorded every one of your shows.
Yeah, my radio shows. Yeah.
Was that commonplace, or is that something that you did so that you could listen back and hone your game, or was it just
that's why I did it. Yeah,
because you're like,
plus
this worked.
And I kept all those interviews. I did a lot of interviews, so I always had those for whatever they might serve up in the future.
That was a good bit of forethought and also just like dedication to the craft.
Yeah,
because
I really take
right.
Yeah,
manning a microphone is an art, and especially radio. You're not on a stage in front of a crowd. You're not getting real time like feedback.
Yeah, and I think when I was on was like the last. It was arguably the last thing of where a DJ was like a thing. You know what I mean? Who kind of knew what he was talking about and he gave a shit about stuff. And I think that whole thing is just gone now. And that's the thing that's good and bad about a lot of these internet stations is it's cool. People are passionate about music, but it doesn't make you an interesting person to listen to.
Right. And also there's a lot of it out there. It's like
there's too much.
Well, how much is too much? The internet goes to 11.
I know. It's true.
On 11
this is true.
Always.
Always.
They say that
nonstop.
The internet brought a level playing field to the game. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Metallica is still huge.
Yeah. Is that because they've been around?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
These are tough questions, man.
Is Third Eye Blind still huge? I mean, there are a lot of bands that are huge. They were huge before, and no one came along and knocked them off the
I know.
the shit mountain.
That's why
So
I'm curious. There's been no rebellious overturn, kind of since Nirvana, in a big scale. And there's pockets of stuff, but there's never been this wave. It's just like people just kind of, I don't know, I don't know, maybe they're more into their phone. No, obviously they're into doing games and doing stuff like that. At least kids are and stuff like that. Maybe people just don't care anymore. Yeah,
mumble rap.
All that neat stuff.
On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being totally amazing and 1 being meh. What do you think about Nirvana?
This is going to sound like a politician, but I loved them until I got into radio, and then I had to hear them more than anyone is ever going to hear them in their lifetime.
Right.
And it kind of soured me on it. So I'd put them at about a 5.
Really?
Yeah. I appreciate everything they did.
They're an easy band to love, right? Especially Nevermind. It's just so many hooks.
Yeah. But it was just crammed down so much. And I'm just like,
I mean, you still hear it on the radio if you turn your radio on.
Yeah. Yeah. So I haven't listened to them in a long time.
How many times a day would
I know that they're
play
popular
Nirvana in one of your shifts?
Say like a 4 or 5 hour shift, about every 70 minutes.
Is that right?
So 3 or 4 times. But then you do that
but
every
always the
single
same song.
day. Pretty much, yeah.
Whatever the active single was.
Yeah, whatever that was, or what. Yeah, but it was like, and like you'd play Teen Spirit. I mean, that song is over 5 minutes long, so that's a commitment. You know what I mean? That's a long song. Yeah, it's over 5 minutes.
Rock song. It's an opus.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a lot. Like, it's kind of the same way with Pearl Jam. Just most of them. I didn't get burned out on Alice in Chains. I didn't get burned out on them because we didn't play them as much.
Right.
But they were fine. Screaming Trees were fine. We only played one song by them, so, which is pathetic, right. But it's a harsh toke, man.
Did you say harsh toke?
I did. It's harsh toke, man.
That's the kids call that a throwback.
Yeah. That hat drips, by the way. That hat you got on it drips.
Is that a thing?
That's a thing, yeah.
What is that a reference to?
You can Urban Dictionary after it.
Does that have to do with WAP?
Yeah. All I know is that hat you have on it drips.
Does that have to do with wet ass pussy?
I don't know. Maybe.
I mean,
I don't know a whole lot. I don't know a whole lot about that either. So I'm not the guy.
I've never had one myself.
I'm not the guy. I've never worked in a clinic. I don't know.
Dick, how many records have you made in your life?
Do CDs count?
Yeah. Full, like, recordings.
Really? Okay. That have been issued. For the public.
Yeah. That's right.
So
how many releases?
Okay, so Squirt did 2 CDs and 2 45s. That's 4. Comb Over did 2 CDs. Twink did 3 CDs.
Really?
Yeah. And then Root Beer Barrels did 1 CD. And then
was Guns N' Rossetti a best of band?
No, it should have been. It should have just been left at that. They did 1. So what's that? 11.
It's 11.
And then what do we have after that? We had this. Oh, with Jilly Rizzo put 1 album out and 1 CD, and then Ball Bag did 3 CDs and 2 vinyls and a 45, and we're gonna have another 45. Squirt did a cassette tape too. So there's been a
That's
lot.
21 releases.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a fine body of work.
Well, you know what? Most of the CDs they went to the Renton landfill years ago. I just tossed
We
them.
all made the mistake of, you see
Yeah.
that thing, you go to disc makers and it's like,
You have to
get
start at 500.
CDs for $1,200 or get 1,000 for $1,300. And you're like, wow, what a tremendous value.
And
right?
nobody could ever get rid of them except like the cherry poppin' daddies. They're the only ones that could move them.
They spent the extra $5 making them for you. Got the extra $95 out of you. It's like a 10% extra slice out of you. And then you just have boxes in your parents' garage forever.
Yep. Throwing them away is a very liberating thing, man. Just boxes, they're just gone. But you know what I'm going to do now? Is ball bag rises in popularity. I'm going to go back to these Jilly Rizzo albums that I'm sitting on and go, warehouse find. I can't believe I found a box of these Jilly Rizzo albums. I can send you one for $40.
Just have the camera that zooms it, like does the zoom in, zoom out
it's
thing.
Like,
wow,
it's like, oh my God.
Wow.
Somebody located a box in a warehouse. It's a CD baby warehouse. And we're going to offer it to you now.
It's a bummer when you get that email from CD Baby when they're like,
yeah, I
hey,
know.
listen, it's not working out.
Do you want us to just throw it away?
Do you want us to throw them away, or do you want to pay for shipping back?
Or the worst thing is like when your friends will go to Half Price Books and they'll be, hey, look what I saw at Half Price Books. It'll be like your album or your CD. It's like, thanks.
Let me ask you this. Why do you not have your entire body of work streaming? It drives me fucking bananas.
I don't know. I should. You know what I want to do is I'm going to do a double greatest hits album. I'm gonna do a 2-record set. I don't care how much it costs. I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it. Rock out, pizza, chicken, burgers, balding, all of them. But you know what it's gonna be? It's gonna be me. But you know they've all been had different band names, and it's all gonna be me because I pretty much did everything. But it'll all be like DBA, doing business as Squirt, DBA, comb over, DBA, twink.
You know, you could also. That's amazing.
That'll be like each track. You know, doing business as.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
You know, there's in a gatefold, there's 4 panels, of course.
Yes.
You could, I mean, I guess there's a lot more than 4 bands, though. Never mind. Forget that I said anything.
Yeah. But it'll be all under my auspices, but it'll be doing business as.
You need to get all of your music on streaming, Dick.
You think so? Do you think there's a market for it? See, that's why I haven't.
Look, it's not that's about.
What's the okay? Please tell me what it's about. I'm waiting. Tell me what it's about. Tell me what it's about.
Because you know there are people who want to hear that music that you've removed from streaming.
What people? I want their names. What people?
Me and Jeff Redding.
There's 2. That's enough to base a career on. Go on.
I'm just saying we've already established that this isn't about a conventional career. It's about the joy of music.
Yeah.
When I want to
hear, you know what?
When I want to hear rock out or
balding,
you know,
pretty neat on your motorcycle.
Pretty neat on your motorcycle.
Yeah.
Do you remember any of the titles? Pizza Chicken Burger. Do you remember some of the titles from Temple Garments? We had I want to talk to you about the way you look.
Yeah. We had 3 songs in the works, right? Like 3 songs.
At least.
Yeah. See,
They were
with
all
this
pretty
technology,
short.
I don't know why we're not.
Wish,
We should try to do that again. We really should.
why not?
I
We
mean, I
have the
can go to your
technology.
buddies. I can go to your buddy's house and cut drum tracks.
We could do a 7-inch release, 6 songs, probably,
Why don't
right?
we? Why don't we?
Yeah, 7-inch EP.
Yeah, clock's running out, man. We should do it.
Did you not say? I thought that vinyl was like a year out. Did you not say that you ordered vinyl and got it back in a month?
Yeah, unbelievable. I don't know what happened. Yeah, we put it in and like January 12th, we sent everything in, and then it went and got made in Czechoslovakia, which I guess there's a huge plant over there, and this
Czech
place farms it
Republic.
out over.
Czech
Czech
Republic.
Republic. Uh,
Hey, hey,
CR.
old globe.
Yeah. And so yeah, we sent the thing in, and then I got it. I'm like going, okay, it's going to be June, right? It'll be
2023.
June. It'll be June. So I'm waiting, and I get this thing. It's like your order's been shipped. Literally a month fucking later, a month, and it's like, so I checked the shipping thing, and it was on a Monday. It left Czech Republic, CR. It left on Monday, and it was supposed to be here on a Friday, and it was here on a Wednesday, which is unbelievable. Couldn't believe it, because I've heard everybody's horror stories about it. I don't know how we got squeaked in.
This is show business shining a little light on you right now. This is like,
A little bit.
yeah. While everyone else is suffering and waiting to hit the market with their product,
here I am.
you have the edge.
Yeah, and it's all ramping up my thing, and we ended up just having to do a soft release. So it's like, when's an album release party? It's like, well, I guess every show's an album release party now. It's a soft release now. We couldn't get the machine behind us in time. But I wrote the place that did them, and I said, hey, I don't know what's going on in that Czech Republic factory or whatever. If these guys are like, but if these guys are doing meth and stuff like that and coke and all that, smoking coke and all that shit, I go, don't stop them, because they're doing a great job. If these guys are out of their, I said, serious, if these guys are out of their mind on drugs, don't say a word, because it's getting this shit done faster. Let them fucking go.
Well, what company did you go through?
It's this little place called Atomic Disc in Salem, Oregon.
Huh.
No tax, no shipping. No tax and no shipping.
Did you have to have it shipped to Oregon? And then
no, it came straight from the Czech Republic. Yeah, straight from there.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That makes me me want to record music just to make that 7-inch.
Well, you should.
You made a 12-inch long playing album.
Yeah, this is our second one. Yeah.
You got 2 7-inches coming.
We have a 7-inch. We have actually a 10-inch coming out, a split one.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, which may or may not have a re-recording of Kill Whitey on it. So that's been going over quite well at shows now.
Good.
Yeah.
You said it's a split?
Yeah, it's split with this band. We call them our nephews. They're this band called the Nightmares from Wenatchee. Great kids.
Are they called the Nightmares, or are they called the Nightmares from Wenatchee?
They should be called the Nightmares from Wenatchee, but they're called the Nightmares. They sound like
if you say the Nightmares from Wenatchee, it sounds like an emo band. It's too long of a name, right?
Yeah, they're doing one of our songs and we're doing one of theirs.
Is that right?
Yeah,
I like
doing
that.
their song. Their song's called "Fuck the 5-0," and you know who's singing on it? Because we can't sing it because this kid screams. You know who's singing on it? Dwayne from the Derelicts. You know Dwayne?
Oh, we love Dwayne.
Yeah, he's going to be singing on this song with us. It'll be great.
He's wonderful.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
How long
did you
know him?
I didn't know him back. I didn't know him back in the day. No, but I've heard
He's
stories.
What you call a survivor.
Yeah, he is. He is. Yeah, he's a real character. That guy is a character. He's a character.
Oh, he's great.
Yeah,
he's great.
So he'll be doing the lead vocals on that.
Oh,
Song's
that's
called
wonderful.
Fuck the 5-0.
The 5-0.
Yeah, cops, fuck the 5-0.
Right, a cab, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that
Kids, I don't
Genesis
know.
song. I love that
The kid.
Genesis album.
And then there were 5-0.
Yeah.
See what
Yep.
I did there?
I did. You spun that.
I spun it.
You spun it real good.
How did you meet the Nightmare? And so there's the split 10-inch. When does that come? And what is the 7-inch that's coming?
The
And when does
7-inch was one we did a couple of years ago with them. This is our second
got
one
it.
with them.
This is your second split with the Nightmares.
Yeah. This will be a 10-inch, but the first one had the classic "We Should Get a Divorce," the Ball Bag classic.
Love
the
that
new
song.
classic. Yeah. So we met them playing it. Go ahead.
It was such a smashing success that it was a repeat encore release.
Yeah. And so we met them. We go over and play this place called Wally's House of Booze in Wenatchee quite a bit. It's the fucking best place in the world to play. It's the best. The people over there are just the greatest. I bet it's got a lot of curb
appeal.
It does. It's just the most wonderful place, and the people are so great. They actually, It's weird because you go out to these little places like that. They actually give a shit. They'll buy stuff and they go nuts when you play. Yakima. I won't say Tri-Cities doesn't do shit, but like this Wenatchee and Yakima thing, man, especially Wenatchee, those people just go ape shit over there, and they're so friendly.
They get too many bookstores in the Tri-Cities.
No. Of course, you eat at the Buzz-In Steakhouse when you're over there,
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So.
Well, I like to say, to my friends that live in Seattle, you live in Seattle, and that's great, but I live in America. And Yakima and Wenatchee are also a part of America in the way that Seattle is not. And will you speak on the subject of playing for an audience in those Eastern Washington towns where you're walking into a situation where maybe people are they listen to Foreigner on their way to the bar, or they're listening to classic rock radio, right? And your music is very much not like that.
Yeah.
Does it raise eyebrows when you guys get started? They're like, "What did you say your name was?"
Actually, it's been pretty good from the start.
Yeah.
We played in Moses Lake, and this guy had this camouflage on and this backwards camouflage hat. And he was very enthusiastic, and I sold him this shirt. And then the rest of the guys come up and they're like, "Did you see that guy's hat?" And I'm like, "No, it says Trump on it." I'm like, "It does." And it's like, I sold
I couldn't see it. It was on backwards.
Yeah, I know. So, but yeah, they'll just it's kind of weird, But you know how it is with people in Seattle, though. It's just like, seen it, done it all, whatever, just it's no fun. That's one thing about Seattle is it's a humorless town. It can't laugh at itself. It's so not fun.
Right.
Which makes it tough.
What do you make of sensationalized politics and the media? Because I don't see you doing political posts.
Yeah, I only do post about if I post about the obvious stuff, which is the wrong stuff, which I think is, you know what I mean? Like the mean, hurtful, misogynist, racist crap,
Sure.
But yeah, I don't know. I can't. If I think too much about it, I'll just I'll get wigged out. Then I'll get really depressed. Then I'll get really, it's so much, and you really don't know the truth about everything.
Fuck no. Are you kidding? We're being spoon-fed everything.
Yeah.
We're being spoon-fed everything. It's like anything that can upset you, they know, and they make sure it's served up in dollops.
Yeah.
That's
And
an industry
that's
term in the service industry.
um, well, another thing too is like like my people that are really into the Fox News and the Joe Rogans and all that stuff. It's like what they don't realize is first and foremost above anything, these people are entertainers. You know what I mean? If they didn't have this platform to entertain you on, they would be doing something else if it made them more money. That's the whole
Right.
thing. Like anything on TV,
Showbiz.
radio, shit like that. Yeah, it is. It's showbiz. It's entertainment. It's entertainment. It's like most of these guys don't come from political backgrounds. Like fucking Joe Rogan. It's like, why is he a political? You know what I mean? Why does he? It's like you're a guy who hosted Fear Factor. And it's like if you would have got another gig doing something. Well, really though, if you would have got another gig doing something else, you'd be doing it. It's just the same with Fox News. They're all fucking entertainers. They're not broadcast journalism. But so many people don't understand that. It's a fucking another gig in the entertainment industry. I mean, these guys will probably be putting albums out next. I mean, they shouldn't, but you know what I mean? Anybody could, and they'd probably buy them. Anybody would buy them. It's that whole thing, like that teen thing, since in the time or the beginning of time, it's just like so-and-so's little cute little kid on a TV show. Well, let's put him an album. Let's have him make an album. That's okay. That's the next thing, It's the same shit. It's just over and over, and people just don't. I don't know. Maybe they just don't want to know.
Who is your favorite? Because you were into a lot of like the 70s. You were into Bay City Rollers and some of the bubblegum, like pop rock.
Loved it.
There are, of course, on the subject that you just spoke on, a number of celebrity crossover singers, right? People who started as actors or TV personalities or whatever and crossed over. Do you have a favorite?
I love the Partridge Family.
That was me too. That was a TV show about a musical band, though. That's like Loving the Monkees,
Well, yeah. But what do you mean? Like,
I don't know, like
Leif Garrett.
Do you remember when Leif Garrett did "Smells Like Teen Spirit" with the Melvins?
No, I missed that.
How hot is that?
Was it good?
Yeah.
Was it like done rock-ish?
It was done accurately. It was like a cover. Yeah. It wasn't like an interpretation or anything. It was, it was a cover.
How did I miss that?
I don't know. They toured and they performed at the Showbox together. Pretty weird.
Really?
The Melvins, they like to get up to some shenanigans,
Well, and they like to play shows too. Going back to that,
they like to play.
They
shows.
like to play shows.
Right.
Right.
You have that in common. They should take you out on the road.
They should. Somebody should take me on the fucking road
for a series of gigs.
Yeah.
That's an industry term, Dick.
Really.
Writing this stuff down?
It's a gig, but if there's like 15 people there, then it's a show. Then we're putting a show on.
Well, as soon as I lace my boots up, it's a show. Okay.
Yeah. Is it a show? Is it what's the paper printed on? Is it actually cardboard stock? Well, then it's a concert. It's a concert.
Who else is there? So, Leif Garrett. There was Andy Gibb a singer?
No, he was.
an actor.
Yeah, he was just
one of the Bee Gees brothers.
So. Yeah, he was. What
about
he was a
Hasselhoff? Actor.
Yeah,
singer.
don't really celebrate his catalog too much.
Swayze.
Yeah, that one song's good.
He had a huge hit song. I've never heard him sing any other song.
Yeah, but see, anybody can do it.
Just not everyone can do it well.
Yeah, that's for sure. But a lot of people can't tell.
Right. Especially these days. Right?
Yeah.
If you could go back in time and give yourself a piece of advice that you knew you would take from yourself, and go back in time and give yourself a piece of advice that you know you wouldn't take, What are those two pieces of advice?
The advice that I wouldn't take would be probably don't, which my parents would say too, is like don't play music. And the
Don't play
advice I
music
would
or
take, yeah,
don't be a
exactly. I mean,
performer.
they were down on that. They did not want that at all. And the advice I would take that I've followed is not knock anybody up, because that can
That's
ruin everything.
that could ruin
It can. It
your
can ruin
career.
everything. No, the career. See, that's what I did. I did the right thing, and it didn't make any fucking difference. Not that anybody would
didn't.
want me to knock them up, but I know, you know what I mean. It's just like I always knew I wanted to fucking do shit, whatever the fuck it was, right?
A Rolling
And a
Stone
lot of times when
grows,
you're younger,
Rolling Stone grows no toddler.
yeah, I knew from the get go. It's like no kids, no, never, ever,
Right.
never, because I knew I couldn't take care of them. I wouldn't want to. I don't have that thing. I like cats.
When you see kids out in the natural and world,
In the wild.
in the wild, do you engage them? Do you make faces or
No,
like make them laugh?
no.
No, you're just like no interest.
Not really. No. Do you? You do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
But one of the great joys is to walk away also.
exactly.
You know, every once in a while you have those memories come up on Facebook and they're like, look at this stupid shit you said 8 years ago. And the thing, I remember this distinctly. I was sitting next to a kid and this kid just on an airplane. And this fucking kid wouldn't shut up. And it was crying and just going fucking bananas. And we hit a little turbulence. And I told him, you know, when you cry, the pilot loses his concentration.
You did?
Yeah. You know, the pilot loses
What did he
his
do?
concentration. He shut up. On another
You know what that is?
on another occasion, I said to a kid, do they know who to give your toys to if things go bad up here? How do you like that?
fucking
That's pretty
amazing.
good.
That's awesome.
That's vicious.
That's awesome.
Pretty vicious.
Well, speaking of that, we have this new song called "Dear God, Take My Child Instead of Me."
It's on
And the
new
lyrics are
disc.
about. Well, I'm really thinking about maybe when we go in to record for this 10-inch EP, right? I'm like thinking, because the whole thing is like it's just like this guy who has this kid, and he knows the kid's going to be a fucking chump, right? And he knows the kid's not going to amount to anything. He knows in his heart. Plus, it's and the fucking line goes, oh, fuck, I wish I could remember. But the line, one of the lines is like, you know, if it's anything that comes out of my loins, he's going to turn to shit anyway. So, dear God, take my child instead of me, right? Because I still want to be here and do shit, but I don't want to have a fucking kid because I'm going to have to take care of him because he's going to be a loser, right?
Growing up, did you read the Bible?
I went to
Were you
Catholic school, yeah, so I was versed in it.
Did you guys actually read the Bible front to back though?
I don't
No.
know. We didn't like sit down. We had passages. Like you'd have
Yeah.
passages in church, right?
Right.
Did you?
Fuck no. Do you know the I mean, I'm intrigued by it. I've gone back and read some of the books. Kind of like I went back and read some of the Hardy Boys books, but you know, Redding has that podcast about the
Yeah.
Bible. Have you listened
Oh, he
to
does. Is it for real?
it? Yeah, they read the Bible and they analyze it.
Oh,
It's pretty remarkable. You would be entertained.
Is it? I'll have to put that on my to-do list.
There's there's a lot. It's, you know, you can put the headphones on and work if you have a mindless activity to perform.
But about yeah.
Yeah.
No, I know.
It's great.
I haven't read it front to back, but it's a big book. It's a big book.
It's a big
Not
book
to be
full
confused
of all
with the
kinds of shit.
yeah.
All kinds of weird
Not to be
shit.
confused with The big
The
book in
big book.
AA, that's referred to as the big book.
It's true. No, the
Yeah.
Bible is just called the book or the good book,
Yeah.
isn't
It
it?
is the good book. It's a very, very good. It sold a lot of copies.
But probably the greatest selling, although they give a lot of them
Yeah.
away. Do they
Yeah.
count those as sales in the like New York Times bestseller list?
I don't know. Maybe it's just such a big catalog title. They don't even, you know what I mean? It's like the dark side of the moon or rumors of the book industry, you know? It's going to go forever.
Right.
Or Eagles' greatest hits.
Ugh. What are you guys gonna do in the meanwhile? Are you performing? Are you gonna get a drum machine? Are you gonna play drums? Or
Well,
because I can't see
what
you
we're
sitting on your hands.
yeah, he's staying till May, and we have a ton of shows coming up, and
You're gonna
so
make
I'm
him
just packing in
just make sure he really does not
yeah,
regret his decision.
yeah, yeah. No, anything
You're just
coming
gonna
along, I'm grabbing. Yeah. So
pack. Just say yes to
he's going to be
everything.
done. Yeah, and it's been discussed where Bald Steve and myself, who will just take his drum tracks that he did and just go out and play to them if we have to.
Why not?
I just don't want to have. I hate having downtime, and I don't like anything. I have to have something to look forward to. You know, I was reading something. They said, "What's the definition of happiness?" And the guy said, "Always having something to look forward to." And I kind of agree with that.
Yeah, me too.
You know,
You know what
because
you
if you
should
always know
do?
what should I do?
That's my least favorite way that anyone can. Well, let me rephrase this. I hate it when people
Here's an
say that to
idea.
me. Here's an
Why don't you
idea
guys play?
here's an idea that you can accept or reject.
Don't tell me, suggest.
Film him playing exactly like listening to the album and playing along, right?
The
Front to
drummer?
back. Yeah.
The drummer?
Film him. Transfer that onto a VHS tape.
Uh-huh.
Huh? You with me so
Yeah.
far?
Yeah, I hear you.
Then go out and in where the drums would be, you just have one of those television VCR combos on a stool. And you go out and you start the show, you put the VHS tape in, you push play, and there's a 4 count at the top of every song, and you just fucking go and you play the song without pause. You play the entire album without pause along to this VHS tape, which
Yeah.
has an audio feed to the front house. I think it's a dynamite idea.
Okay. I will take that under deep, deep consideration.
And it provides the visual entertainment of a drummer performing the music.
It does. Right?
Huh?
And so many people don't even have drummers anymore anyway. They're all machine fed.
Right.
That's
Or
not a bad idea.
I mean, they're a bunch of tracks anyway, you know.
Yeah.
A lot of bands.
I'm going to bring that up with. I'll bring that up with my producer and see what's going on, what's shaking with it.
I think it's a dynamite idea.
It is a great idea. We were going to do that, or we were just going to have a set there and have whoever's there just sit back there.
Just sit there.
You know, they could be texting on their phone or whatever. Just somebody behind a drum kit.
But then you would have to load the drums in. You've already established
I know
that you hate
I
that.
know.
I thought
I
that
do hate that.
perhaps one of those little TV VCR combos would be pretty easy.
Can I still get one?
You could probably get a road case for it. You could
put all the backstage passes on it.
Stencil ball bag on it. And you
ball bag TV. Ball bag VCR case.
Ball bag drummer.
Yeah, don't anybody fucking open this thing, man, without permission. Who said you could open that?
I think it's a dynamite idea.
It's a great idea.
These are the sort of,
No,
this is
I'm
showbiz.
that's forward thinking. This is why you're where you are right now. It's this kind of shit.
Oh, Dick. Well,
This is why
let
you're
me
where
ask you
you are.
this.
Uh-huh.
If someone wants to buy the new Ball Bag record, what are you going to tell them to do about it?
Can you put a prompt up can you put graphics up?
Yeah.
Because I can give you I can put the address.
I'll put a link up in the front.
Yeah, here's the back of it.
It's so good. Tell me about that.
Yeah.
So, who is the fella that you're working with on the artwork? Because it's
a fella named Pat Moriarty, and this is our first album. And he's a guy that lives in Bremerton, and he's pretty popular in that kind of underground comics world. And this is a great story too, because when I met this guy, he's done like work on Replacements albums, and they just had a reissue of Sorry Ma, Forgot to Take Out the Trash, and he did a video for it, a drawn video, which is really cool.
Oh, wow.
He did that like last year. So so we were playing this show over in Bremerton. He lives over there, right? I didn't know this guy, and he's got white hair and he's got a ponytail. So we're up there playing, and he's just kind of watching us. And I'm like, between songs, I'm like on the mic, I'm like, can I help you with something? And he's just he's like, no. And I go, because I think Foghat and the Doobie Brothers are like, we don't do any of that stuff, man. Totally going on looks, right?
Charm.
Yeah, and then I'm like, he came up afterwards. He's like, "Oh my God, that was so great!" Blah blah. I'm so and so because he'd done the artwork for the band we were playing with, and so I asked a chick in the band, I'm like, "Who is this guy?" Oh, it's this Pat Moriarty guy. He's done all this shit and blah blah blah. And so and he's like, "Yeah, I've done did a bunch of twin tone stuff," and I'm like, "Oh," but it started.
You're like, oh, so I'm the
offensive.
asshole.
Yeah. It's like, dude, Foghat's not playing tonight, man. We don't know any of their shit. I'm sorry. Because he had the ponytail, and I assumed wrongly.
Right. You know,
but yeah, he does it. But yeah. So do you want me to tell people where they can get it?
Yes, I do. I mean,
okay, so
you want to tell them.
I do. You can go to our, you can send me a message on our Facebook page, Our Facebook page is a good way. It's Ball Bag. Just go in and type in Ball Bag Renton, and we have an Instagram, Ball Bag Renton, and then send me a message, and we can. I do cover the shipping costs, and we have hats and shirts and everything.
You don't
but
put
yeah,
it on
if you would
Bandcamp?
put it. No, I haven't put it. I have to transfer I got to get the files into the right place. I need to do that.
You should put it on
Are you
Bandcamp.
making money off? Are you making good money there?
I mean, I'm
making money.
I've pretty much frozen. I made a post the other day that said, I will give 100% on Bandcamp Friday, a day where Bandcamp lifts their commission. I'm like, commission free to Bandcamp. Every cent that is spent today on the record, I will donate to Ukraine relief. Yeah. Not a single sale. Not a single sale. First week that I haven't had any sales since the release.
That's like when we offer.
Not a charitable fan base.
It's like when we offer free downloads. Nothing.
Yeah. But,
nothing.
The record is almost recouped.
Yeah. And that's success. I mean, that is success in its own right.
I mean, if you put it out in the world and one person says to you, and you can detect that it's sincere. One person says to you,
it's an art
that they exactly
changed their life,
that they really enjoyed it, or they react to it in a way that you were hoping that people would react.
Yeah.
Some people just aren't going to get everything, right?
Yeah.
If you're
I know.
everyone's at a time in the world when everyone is swinging for the fence. If you're
Let's
going,
go. Let's just get on first base.
if you're going for the sacrifice bunt just to like advance the art, you know, not everyone understands that it's a lost art.
Yeah. You've got to be a hell of a bunter. Got to be a
I'm
hell of
just
a
saying.
bunter.
There's
I know.
Baseball is a nuanced
Good metaphor. Yeah.
game, right?
I hear you. I agree. I
So
agree.
they got to hit
So,
you up
yeah.
directly.
Yeah, yeah, and then if you can, I don't know if you want me to tell you this now or later, but if they, they can send $20 to Dick Rossetti at mac.com, Rossetti, and actually Venmo or PayPal to that address.
And make sure they can send money, but they should also make sure that they attach their
Actually,
address.
just PayPal
and say what it's
PayPal
for.
or Venmo. Yeah. But it's a fucking here. Hold on, real quick. I mean, check out the fucking titles on this record. You got "I Am Piss Boy," which is a great song.
They're all great.
He Thinks You're a Balloon. Yeah, He Thinks You're a Balloon. Gum Me to Death. I'm a Cop. You Look Great. Have You Lost Weight? Are You Sick? That's a good one. Putting the Earring Back In. Meet Me in Sturgis Asswipe.
Is that like the rock and roll? How Stella got her groove back?
Yeah, it's like I had them. It goes. I had them punched before all of the jocks. I had them punched before the cocks. Now I'm putting my earring back in. Putting the earring back in. Anyway, but it's just. It's just a great album. So, and the great thing too is there's 18 songs, 9 aside, but it plays at 45 RPM. So it sounds
wonderful for the audio files.
Yeah, we will undercut any band by. We will undercut any band by 2 solos and 3 choruses. Any band on the scene.
What's the scene like these days?
It's tough. It's all metal,
right? Is it all metal?
It's all pretty much metal, like blast beat metal.
No.
Yeah, yeah. It's that or the really sincere kind of stuff.
These are the bands that you're doing gigs with.
Oh, this is and it's fine. I'll play with anybody. I like playing different kind of bands. I like that.
Yeah,
but it's like there's not any like flat out like rock bands. And the metal thing is really big.
Really?
Yeah.
And blast beat metal.
Yeah, blast beat and all that stuff, and the kind of long, the long-haired, unkempt.
When is like 70s, like 1973 Scorpions and Judas Priest metal coming back? When is that coming back?
I don't know. That's I don't know.
It's like immediately post prog rock, but metal.
Yeah,
proto metal.
I don't know. I just think it's like this competitive, instrument thing, competitive, like who can go fastest. And, I don't know. I wish I had an answer for you. I really wish I did, but I don't.
How much has the internet influenced the way you make music?
None.
Because arguably the internet has killed the regional music scenes.
Yeah. It hasn't really done, I don't know. Not much, I don't think.
Hasn't affected you at all. You still have a Hotmail account.
I still ask Jeeves.
Just Jeeves it. What?
I just asked Jeeves, man. I just asked Jeeves.
Is it still there?
I think it is. I looked a couple of years ago. I think it morphed into something else. But yeah, Jeeves is still around.
I'll bet it's called Ask.
Yeah, ask.com. Yeah, probably. Or Jeeves, he was around with a little paperclip guy. Remember the little paperclip guy that would pop up and help you with stuff?
Really?
Yeah.
I don't like it. I mean, honestly, I
Yeah.
don't really like any of it. I have this ongoing thing about how I hate Wikipedia.
Really? But you use it probably.
Sometimes, but I don't take I take it with a grain of salt, everything that's there. Because it's all so incomplete because it's crowdsourced, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, if you have, let's say you have a benefit with crowdsourced money, it's a great thing, but guaranteed there's some blood money in there, right? So is it
Hmm.
good? I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
And that's Wikipedia to me. It's like there's bullshit, there's also blanks.
Where do you get your information from if you don't do media? You just don't do it.
Where you get your information from, huh? Uh, uh, I just don't. I'm not really all that interested in being informed because it's fucking fatiguing.
So
You
you're a
know?
true American. You're a true American.
No, because I'm not. I don't. I because I am. I'm not flying any flag or any opposing flag.
Yeah.
I'm. You know.
You're
I'm
just
not.
it's simple. You don't want people fucking with your shit. I understand.
I'm not a separatist. I'm not a fucking don't
Yeah.
tread on me, fuck around and find out guy. You know. But you should put a
Yeah.
don't turd on me on your garage.
I should. I should. That'll be right next to my Let's Go Brandon.
Let's go, Brando.
Yeah. Yep. It'll all lock in, man. It'll all work out.
Everything works.
Yeah. Everything will work out.
So, dude is sticking around through May.
Yeah.
Are you guys going to have a retirement party for him?
See, I don't know. I'm kind of torn because I'm pissed that he's doing it, and then I want to be a good guy, so I don't really know where I'm at with
You
that
can't
yet.
be that pissed, man. Yeah, I mean, come on.
Yeah,
You
you're
can't.
right.
You can't
We'll
be all
do
that
something.
pissed.
Maybe we'll get him a frosty or something.
Cake.
A cake, a frosty cake.
You know what you should definitely do? You should
What?
definitely at his retirement show make him do the Rage song.
That won't happen.
Really?
No.
It's so he'll never have to do it again. He'll never
I
even
know,
be
but
asked.
he's to the point of being humorless about that.
Wow.
And it was when you're talking about showbiz, it was a showstopper, that song. It was. I mean, it was flat out, hands down. Was. There's no debate about it.
Showbiz.
Yeah,
It was
that was showbiz,
Showbiz Gold.
giving the people what they want. Yeah,
The song was Bulls on Parade, yeah?
Bulls on Parade, which is a very mighty song. You know, it's a great fucking song.
Are you a Rage fan?
You know, when I worked in radio, I didn't like them, but after I got away from them, I do like them a lot more now than I ever did.
They're a fucking cool band.
No, they're very unique.
I blame them for a lot of bad shit that came after, but
Yeah, yes.
you know, what are you
But
gonna?
I mean, you talk about a drummer of fucking just laying it down. That guy was fucking amazing.
It still is.
Yeah, still is.
Have you considered hitting him up?
Let me check my Rolodex. I was
Just
supposed to do that after I get a hold of the guy in Alice in Chains.
slide
Somebody
into his
suggested
DMs.
I do that. Yeah, yeah. You don't know me. Can you come to band practice in Renton, Washington? In the
Band?
DTR?
Yeah. Ball bag.
Yeah. It's like Bald Steve is really fucking tight buddies with Kim Thale, but it's like, I go, why don't we get him in the fucking band? But he's just too chicken to fucking ask me. Seriously, he won't ask him. I mean, they give each other Christmas presents. They're that kind of buddies. And he won't ask him.
Maybe he would be the drummer.
Well, I would play drums if he'd play guitar.
That'd be pretty hot.
I know, but Bald Steve won't do it. He's a very meek man.
Have you considered dressing up as Bald Steve and asking him yourself?
Well, now with his hair system, he's kind of hair Steve, so he can't really even go there now.
Maybe you could do one of those face-off videos where you make a video, but you put his face onto you and
Yeah.
then text it to him.
Yeah, like those like they do those cards. What are those little things when you have the people walking back and forth with their faces on those bodies?
Yeah.
Like around Christmas time. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, now you can buy an app. You can have your face put on all these famous clips of,
Yeah.
Basically, did you see that movie Running Man? Remember Running Man?
No, I think so. Did they do
Running
that?
Man was a Stephen King story made into a movie, and Arnold Schwarzenegger stars in it in this really unbelievable future where it's a game show, and you have to fight for your survival, and if you make it through, then they make you rich and you're free and rich, but everyone gets murdered because the game is, the system is gamed. Now,
Yeah.
poor Arnie, he wasn't guilty of this war crime. And I remember watching this thing and I was like, what a load of shit. They could never do that. Make fake videos,
Yeah.
There was a video and they're like, all right, and they like drag his face over and it like goes onto this green screen like digital background, and there's him in a helicopter and he's like, fire on the civilians, and it's like it was fake news, and I remember thinking they could never do that. That is bogus. That's like flying saucers.
Apparently it's quite unbogus now.
Here, now I can put my face on that scene.
Yeah.
So
what's stopping you?
Do kids call that meta? Is that what that is? Is that meta?
Is that meta?
I don't know.
Meta is like the same thing about the same thing, right?
I think.
Because I remember Jack and Dino, one time Jack and Dino was saying, we were recording, he's like, well, what you play is meta rock. It's rock about rock.
that was a good imitation.
Well, what you're playing is meta rock. It's rock about rock. And yeah, that's right. That's fine. I'll take it.
Yeah. What of it?
Apparently not a whole lot. Not a whole lot.
Dick, I want you to find a drummer. I want you to sally forth into the rock world.
Well, I hope so. We're trying our best.
You're going to come out on the other side of this stronger than ever.
I hope you're right. I really do. I really do, brother man.
Like Obi-Wan Kenobi, when he was struck down by Darth Vader, he became more powerful than Darth Vader could possibly imagine.
Is that what happened to him?
Yeah, he even told him so.
Okay. Well, I hope you're right. I really do.
I'm right for sure. Definitely right.
I really do. I really hope you're correct.
How many vinyl records are you sitting on right now?
We only got 200 pressed.
Limited run. That's good. That's smart.
It is.
Wait and see what the market will yield.
Exactly. Well, CDs are coming back now. Did you know that?
No,
CDs are coming back. No, they are. Actually, they are.
Really?
Go do a Google search. Yeah, they are.
Great. Look, in fucking 2024, all the electric cars are going to have CD players in them, and they're not going to run as long because they've got to spin in another little motor. I
know. That's the hearsay on the internet is that CDs are coming back.
If you could,
because it's another it's a generation that didn't have them. Now they're finding them. 6-year-old kids are finding them, deciding what's going on.
Maybe you could find a CD that would stream music.
Isn't that called a CD?
Micro technology.
Yeah.
No, it's
I
like
could try that. I mean, we're gonna print some up of this because we fucking still sell them. I don't know why, but people,
CDs.
it's like you do Yeah, you do
Well, it's because you're
everything.
playing in
It's
Wenatchee. Because you play in America and
well,
people have cars with CD players.
even here though, it's just like everybody wanted albums. We made an album. Nobody would buy the album. We wanted the album with the download card. We put the download card. Nobody knows how to do the download cards. We made a CD. I don't have a CD player. It's like stream. I don't like to stream music. It's like, well, what do you want? I'm not going to do the cassette because nobody that will listen to our music would listen to it on cassette.
Are these the same people that you put on the guest list and they don't show up?
I put nobody on the guest list. Nobody. I'm past that. I want my $5. I've earned it. At this point, I've fucking earned it.
I think so. No guest list. Sorry, no guest list, bro.
Yeah. We're playing shows with the PA speakers are directly behind the mics. I want my $5. True.
You're getting a tremendous value for this $5. Don't worry, it's money well spent.
You are. I'm gonna. I mean, you'll buy 1 gallon of gas out here now.
Oh God. We've touched on so many fun subjects.
Yeah. So you're gonna are you gonna chop this down?
Fuck no.
Really? You let the whole thing go?
What do I look like, a drug dealer? No, it's a video, man. Do you know how long it would take to edit a video? This thing flows like the wind.
When's it going up?
Like 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay. During drummer month? Okay.
No, it will probably go up 1 or 2 weeks before Drummer Awareness Month kicks off, because who knows?
Damn.
You
Drummer Awareness.
In the wake of this podcast, there'll be a bunch of drummers, listening. They might go, "Wow, I really enjoyed this interview with Dave Weckl. Maybe I'll see who else he's had on." Dave Weckel's not going to be on the podcast, but
Jeff Weckl is.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Daryl Weckl, Jekyll Weckl,
Bud Weckl. Uncle Bud Weckl will be on in place.
They'll be like, let's see, who's this Dick Rossetti guy? Ball bag. That sounds intriguing. Yeah. And then they'll listen, and right off the bat, we start talking about you need a drummer, and it's going to be like, bingo, your problems are over.
I hope you're right, man. I really do.
And a guy like Weckl, he brings a lot of weight with him.
He does.
He's an industry titan.
I think we could probably play the Royal Room if we had him. No, I want to play that place, but we don't have the, we don't have the capacity to do it. So maybe Weckl will be on board.
Right. See?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, Dick,
it's been a pleasure.
I think the world of you. You can expect $20. You can expect $20 from me as soon as we hang up.
A $20 NFT.
I don't do that. I want fully fungible tokens. 100% fungible. Whatever the fuck that means.
Yeah, it's fun. It's part of Fungi.
What does that mean?
I don't know. It's another scam, probably, huh?
I don't know. It's just, it's all, they're going to get you to go into virtual living, and then everything is just more and more fake. And then Skynet will strike. Mark my word.
Well, I'm going to look to you. I'm going to look to you for the answers when that happens.
Just find a high bridge,
Cinder block at Lake Washington.
That's it. What do you want to get killed by fucking murderous robots? Or do you want to just be like, I'm going to choose my time and place? That's what I'm going to do.
I thought the
You
zombies
know?
were coming first.
I don't think so. I mean, no, probably not. Because that is more fake than robots who will gain consciousness and want to kill us. It's way more believable. It's way more believable.
Robots.
This is really we've we've
We've
AI.
ran out of everything.
Well, no, we've
We've
really run the course.
Yeah, when it got to gas prices, that was a pretty good indicator.
That was
Next
perfect.
time we'll talk